So you can see that we've now saved the photo that we applied the soft light filter to. It's actually saved as a Photoshop file. So what we need to do is we need to double click back on here, and it's opened it up, and then we need to actually file save it by exporting it. We need to export it. You can do a quick export as a PNG or select export as, and this way we can select JPEGs, we can select PNG files, etc. Let's wait for this to open up. So you can come up here, you got JPEG, GIF, PNG, SVG. So I'm going to select JPEG, and then we're going to select export all, and it's going to ask us where we want to go to. So that's the JPEG, so it'll probably ask us to overwrite that, and if you don't want to, you can just rename it A, so you know you got one with the soft filter and one without. So I'm not going to overwrite that, I'm just going to select soft light filter, and then we'll click save. And now we've got a Photoshop file, and we've also got a soft light filter file as well. Now you just want to be careful that you're not going to create heaps of Photoshop files, because it will take up room. So let's now double click on this one. So this is when I've put a background in using After Effects. You can see it's actually a bit blurry around some of the faces. Got a big watermark, and that's because I'm going to distribute them and they need to pay to get rid of that. So what I want to do is I want to open that up in Photoshop as well. So we'll click on Photoshop, go to File, select Open. We're going to select that file from here. You can see it needs a little bit of cropping, and we'll do that in a minute, but we're going to put the overlay in. Now you can see that in Photoshop itself it's actually not that blurry. So it's interesting that it's blurry in the film viewer. But again, we're going to right click, going to select Duplicate Layer, delete background copy, come with the filter, and come down to Other, and we'll select High Pass, and you can see that's actually pretty good. So we want to move to maybe 1.2, so select OK, and then we come up to normal again, and we will select soft light. So what it's going to do, it's going to put a soft light here. So you can see the background's a little blurry, which is okay. So when you take a photo, generally the background is blurry because you've got a filter in. So it's a lot more crisper now. Even my watermark's crisper with the hard line, and we've got overlay. So which one would we like to go? We'll have a look at vivid light. So you can see it's quite crisp there. Linear light. You can see it's changed a bit there as well. So it's whatever you like. Got pin light. So that's gone. That's quite blurry now. We've got hard mix. That's not what we want. So we've got hard light. I'm just going to come up here to view, and I just want to see by zooming in how blurry this actually is. So we moved it up. We don't want to do that. Undo move. But if we come up to here now, the overlay, what change does that make? You see it does make a change. It's quite pixelated, isn't it? So I think soft light, but then we got a little bit blurry there. But we have zoomed in, so let's zoom out. So again, I think we'll just do a soft light. Yeah, I think that's done it right. So we're going to go File, we're going to Save As. Now I don't want to do this, so we can actually select JPEG from here. I don't want to do it as a Photoshop file. I'm just going to put this as soft light filter as well, and click save, and click OK. And now we go back here, we should actually have two files, one soft light filter and one normal. So let's have a look in here. It actually is a lot clearer, isn't it? So you can see it's blurry there, and then we've got it with the soft light filter, and that looks a lot clearer. It's really nice. So we're going to click out of that. We're going to go to Photoshop, and let's have a look at some others that might need some sharpening up. So I reckon that needs sharpening up. That probably needs a little bit of sharpening up. So I reckon they all need sharpening up to an extent. So let's do it. Let's do it one by one. So we'll file, we'll select open, click on here, and this will be really quick now. Duplicate, that's selected, filter, other, high pass. That's always got the same radius unless we change it now, so we'll just select that, apply the filter, soft light filter, we'll say file, save as, and we're just going to do this for everyone now. And I'm just going to actually overwrite. I'm going to overwrite them all. So see, do you want to overwrite? Yes, I do. And I'm going to see, I actually want to do it soft filter, so I'm just going to overwrite it, and that's fine. And I'm going to put a tag in them all once I've done it that says soft filter. So we'll open another one, and we'll go through and we'll just continue to open each one that we've done, and then we'll go through and we will crop as well. So that's interesting. Soft light has really changed the color on that now, and that's because of the background. So we've got a hard light, we've got overlay. So maybe it's not going to work for us on this one. So we could lighten. So it's actually removed. Color. So it actually darkens everything. That's not what we necessarily want. We've got a clearer look on it. Which one do you like better? I think it actually brings out the crispness nicely, but it's really darkened. So we can actually try and make this a bit lighter. So what we can actually do is we can try and change the exposure, and you do that by clicking on the background copy, and then all we need to do is click on adjustments, and we go to exposure here as well. And by adjusting the exposure, you can see it changing. It's getting lighter, it's getting darker, and then you've got your offset as well. So you want to probably leave the offset at 0. And you can easily go back by just edit and step back. You have gamma correction as well. So it depends if you want it lighter or you want it darker, or you want to leave it as it is. So that's probably too dark. That's probably just right about there, I'd reckon. And do we make this a bit lighter? See, she's looking a bit lighter now, and so is the background, which is good. And actually the lighting on them matches the background to a large extent. Now we'll click on here, we've still got the soft light filter, we've got exposure as well. So let's go and view, and we're going to zoom in. I'm going to view and zoom in again. And that's pretty good. And we'll zoom right in there. So zoom out, so we'll go fit on screen. So you could also use exposure as well when it comes to changing, making it a bit lighter. And then we've got the healing tool that we can use. So this is the healing tool here. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to load in every photo that we've got here. I'm going to put a soft light filter on each of them, and I'll adjust the exposure if I need to. So we'll go into Photoshop, and we will file, open, and we're up to here. So let's go here. So you just see me doing it. I'm actually going to save them all with a soft light extension on it, just so I can show you the differences. I was going to say SF for soft filter and exposure for exposure now. Alistair, stop it please, mate. Alistair, I'm asking you to stop, thanks, mate. That is really annoying. Alistair, if you don't stop, I'm actually going to get really upset with you, mate. It's really annoying. I don't want baby to be too bright, being in the white. I like that. I like that. Alistair, can you Baby's right, but don't want the parents to get too dark. That looks pretty good. I like that. So I'm not confusing myself in the naming convention. I'm just going to right click on here. I'm going to rename. I'm going to put SF for soft filter. I think I've got the same naming conventions. It's better. Rename. Can you see the difference here? Massive difference. Which one do you like better? It's very pale and a bit blurry. Soft filter makes it look quite good. It's just the black screen version of the other one that I did with the stadium background. So we need to change the exposure on that. Not too much. Don't want the whites to be too white, but yeah, I like that. It's better. It's a bit brighter in the face. You don't want too bright that. Yeah, I like that. Let's just look at it actually with the soft filter, yeah. So you can put a filter on the exposure as well. We don't want to do that. For here. No, it's overexposed. So I like the soft. So again, we'll file save that as JPEG. We'll call it soft focus exposure, save. Can take a little while to do this, but we want to get the right job done. See, got some blue in the Real Madrid. That doesn't look too bad actually. Makes the blue nice and smart, doesn't it? Exposure. It's a bit dark, isn't it? It's a little crisper. No, we'll save that. So that can be really changed up a bit. It's a bit blurry in that image. Got a soft light. Yeah, it's about the best we're going to get done on that, I reckon. It's a bit bright, considering compared to there. It's a bit of a joke. Really, anyway? Just put him on there. So really what I probably should be doing is doing the adjustments without the watermark, re-putting them in, doing the watermark. That's what I should be doing. And that's what I'll probably go and do. I just want to show you on here how to do that. So we're going to do the last one here. Put a soft filter on that. Yeah, it's a bit heavy, that one actually. So we will adjust the exposure. That's pretty good. So let's have a quick look at the differences it makes. So we've got this one here. So that's soft light filter. That's just normal. So that really hasn't made a lot of difference on that one. So this one's normal. That's the soft light filter. You can see how the big difference there. That was blurry. So we've got this one, and this soft light filter and the exposure, and that's the normal one. So it's a lot more sharper. Got the soft light filter and the exposure there, and that's the soft filter, and that's the normal. So that's with the exposure. I like that one. It's a lot crisper. That's the soft light filter exposure, and that's actually really blurry. So the soft light filter can actually make a big difference. Didn't do that one. So this is with the soft light filter exposure, and that's just the normal. So that's looking a lot more crisper. Even my signature's looking crisper. Not really. It won't change. So that's the original. That's the soft light filter. Original. That even looks better. So there you go. We're going to do that for them all now. I'll see you when I'm finished.